Hi there, this is Sufi from Get Data Solution. Today we will see about VLOOKUP function and some of its uses. Just before going to today's topic, I will explain about Get Data Solution. The purpose of this Get Data Solution is to modernize data system, save time, generate automatic report, reduce cost and increase productivity. And Get Data Solution provide dashboard and other data management tools. Coming to today's topic, which is VLOOKUP function. VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup. As the name indicates, VLOOKUP is a built-in Excel function that is used to look up for specified values. And VLOOKUP in Excel may sound complicated, but it is actually very easy and useful tool once you master it. So VLOOKUP can be used for different practical purposes. For example, we can use it for budget calculation, we can use it for grade report generation, for sales report. Actually, today we'll see it how we can use it for budget calculation, and in the upcoming videos we can see it is used for grade report generation, sales report for fixed price over month, or sales report for variable price over month. So it has many practical uses, but for our purpose today we'll use only for budget calculation. Coming to its syntax, we can get the syntax from formulas and lookup reference here. Then it is if you open the syntax, you will get a box like this one, which have a lookup value, which is the value to be found in the first column, and a table array, a table from which data retrieved, and the column index, which column from which the matching value returned, and the range lookup, which is a logical value to find closest match. So this is the syntax of the VLOOKUP function. So as I've already said, we'll use a practical example to calculate budget calculation, and we use actual project data, which is for PSNP, PSNP is Productive Safety Net Program, which is one of the biggest development program in Ethiopia. And we use data for Oromia region, and the number of beneficiaries in Oromia is over 1.1 million beneficiaries in 79 woredas. And we use this data. In this data we have 9 zones, 79 woredas, and 1,196,460 beneficiaries. And as you can see, the wage rate varies by zone. For example, for the first zone, which is East Hararge, it's 30. Actually, this is in Ethiopian birr, but you can use it for calculation in other cases for by dollar. And for West Hararge, 29, and for the last zone, which is 28. For the last zone, which is Guji, which is 10.8. So we use this data to calculate the budget. As you can see, we have a varying wage rate. So coming to the detailed data, we have woredas by zone. For example, in the first zone, we have 19 woredas, and totally we have 79 woredas, and Here is the beneficiary number. We have two categories of beneficiaries: direct support and public work. As it is indicated here, PW is for public work, those beneficiaries who actually do certain public work, and the direct support categories are the beneficiaries who are actually paid without any requirement of work. So this is the public work and direct support beneficiary, and here we have a total beneficiaries and the number of months, wage rates. We use all this data to calculate the budget, and to calculate the budget we need the number of beneficiaries, the number of months, and the wage rates, as well as there is actually a standard that's set for PSNP beneficiaries. They are expected to be paid 5 days and for 5 family members, which I use this in this case as a constant, which is 25, 5 times 5, 25, to just shorten the calculation. So I'll use this data and show you the practical utility of this VLOOKUP function to calculate the budget, and we'll see it also how it can shorten the time to calculate the budget. And in a normal case, when people use this the data to calculate the budget, it may take hours and sometimes days, and especially at federal level it is one of the complaint point, because the budget calculation has many errors most of the time. So using this VLOOKUP function, we can actually have a clear data without any error, as well as we can calculate the budget with a very short period amount of time. Probably it will take us 5 to 10 minutes. So it's actually a very useful function. So coming to our actual calculation, here is the VLOOKUP function. I have used this VLOOKUP. As you can see, this section is highlighted. Okay, is B19 in this particular case is Easter, which is B19 in our VLOOKUP formula, and this section, which is again the highlight section, is the table we are going to use, that we call is a table array. It has got 4 columns, and the 4th column is our reference point. It is the wage. The 4th column here, this one is our reference, and 0 is for matching. So, and once we did this VLOOKUP formula into our system, we simply drag the data for all the woredas. So in that case, for example, for Easter it was 30, and for Western it is 29. So we should get 29 for Western woredas. Yes, that's correct. For RC, for this zone again 25. So once we drag this, we'll have the wage rate in that zone for each woreda. So it will be displayed here. Then to calculate the wage rate, we have to use normally the budget transfer is in round, is for PSNP. It could be in different round. From the drop down menu, we can select the round 1, round 2, or round 3. For example, round 1, we can select round 1. round 2 or round 3, or in two tranches, round 1 and 2 can go at the same time. So let's select round 1, and so once we select round 1, the number of months is 1, so we'll make it 1 for each, and then it will automatically calculate the budget. So using 1 month and round 1 transfer, we have this amount of budget for the transfer, including the public work and direct support beneficiaries, which is 856,366,275. That is for first round. If we select two rounds from the drop down menu, for example round 1 and round 2, we have a 2 month transfer. So we'll drag this for all zones and all wordas, or for that matter we can actually copy and paste the number of months here. It will automatically update every time. We make adjustment. So we can copy and paste, or other can drag it. So we have adjusted for 2 months right now for all zones. As you can see, the number of months is 2 for across for all zones and for all borders. And this is a 2 round transfer. So the budget should have been 1.7 billion. Let's check it. It is 1,712,732,550, which is 1.7 billion. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. If we, in case we transfer 3 round transfer, the amount will be 2.5 billion. We can do that. So the thing is, we have actually expected to do these things, this budget calculation. We have to actually select the budget released round, either 1 round, the second round, or 2 rounds at the same time, and then adjust the number of months. That's all what is expected from us. Then the budget calculation will be automatically updated every time we do this adjustment. So from this system, once we have developed this system and using the VLOOKUP function, then throughout the year we are actually only expected to just select the round and number of months, adjust the number of months. Only these two things can be actually adjusted, so we can get the update then. So this will actually make our calculation error free, and it as well as save time and increase our productivity in a way that we can actually complete this with a matter of 5 to 10 minutes, and we can actually deal the rest of our time to do other activities. So it actually increase our productivity, it save time, and make error-free calculation. So if the wage rate in case is updated, which is normally updated every year or sometimes in every 2 years, we actually easily update this data. For example, if I make for the first zone, which is currently 30, if I make it 40 here, the change will be reflected automatically here. Can you see it? It has been reflected here. If, for example, I make again for this 30, again for the second one, this is automatically updated and all the calculation is updated here. For example, the budget change has been actually also reflected here to only 1.9. So it makes our life easy and convenient for that matter. So it is very useful function. Using the VLOOKUP function can make us very productive, save our time, and make us error-free data. And actually, this is very useful, and I recommend this to be used by PSNP practitioners to calculate their budgets, since it is a very have a very effective and useful utility. So next time in other videos we can deal with the functionality and the utility and the practical use of VLOOKUP for grid report generation, sales report for fixed price over month, and if in case it's also a variable price over month. We'll see the practical utility of this VLOOKUP function for those things. And for today, thank you very much for watching us, and this presentation has come to you from Get Data Solution, and thank you very much. And we recommend people who are actually using their data to be efficient, to consult Get Data Solution for their business as well as work. Bye.